You are a business owner who wants to make content for your business. Let's talk about what that means for you as a business owner and not a content creator, but a business owner who's a content creator. So let's get into it. That's what I'm talking about in this video is my experience as a business owner creating content, talking about my experiences, and hopefully helping you get to success of content faster than it has taken me to get to it. All right, let's get into this video. What's up, 9 to 5 entrepreneurs? It's Lamika here with The Real About Entrepreneurship. And in this video, I am talking about social media and hiring social media gurus to help you with content for your business. As a business owner, the thing now is to create content for your business, and you're trying to figure out what works. Even with this YouTube channel, I knew for the longest that YouTube was a platform that I wanted to be on, but I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to talk about. I've had different businesses and I knew I just wanted to share the information, but I didn't know how to necessarily do that, what to talk about. And I didn't have a product, so I wasn't trying to sell anything. I'm still, for the most part, still not selling anything. I just want to share the information that I have. So sometimes that can be tricky because I have many experiences and I've hired a lot of people to help me with it. But it wasn't really until I started the YouTube channel and just put information out there to see what sticks. And a lot of times we really won't know until we try it. I know my overall theme was about entrepreneurship and telling that story. But then someone said, Lamika, how do you do all of this? And you have always worked for the most part, because there have been stints where I decided I'm going to be a full-time entrepreneur. But for the most part, I have worked a 9 to 5. Like, how do you do this? So that's where it came to be, where I talk about my experience as an entrepreneur who works a 9 to 5. But it wasn't until I put the content out there and I saw what resonated with people. Currently on this channel, I talk about mobile homes, and my mobile home content, it gets a lot of views. And so I'm actually going to be starting a mobile home channel where I am only going to talk about mobile homes from an investing standpoint and sharing my experience as a mobile home investor, buyer, broker, that kind of a thing. So it really wasn't until I tested it out to know. Now, I have paid so many people to help me with figuring out my strategy. But it really boiled down to is I had to make the videos. I had to make the videos in order for me to know what content was going to work based off of what I already enjoyed talking about. Because that's probably the biggest part, is make sure that whatever you're making content about, make sure it resonates with you, even if it's something that you're talking about for your business, because obviously you've got to talk to your core audience because that's what's going to be the driver in sales. But also make sure that it's something that you enjoy talking about as well, because it is something that you're going to have to talk about over and over again. So one, make sure you enjoy the content that you're going to be talking about, and then just test things out and see what resonates with your audience. Once you figure out things that resonate with your audience, then go deeper in that particular subject. Like I was saying, I see that mobile homes is something that resonates with people on my channel. I get a lot of questions whenever I talk about mobile homes on my channel and how I do things. So I'm going to go deeper in that part of my business. Now, the other thing is, don't feel like you have to be on multiple platforms. I have always been adamant that for Hi Goddess in particular, I know that Facebook was a big driver for me, because whenever I would post on Facebook, it would drive more sales. And whenever I would do anything on Pinterest, it would drive more sales. And then as far as search engine, YouTube was always good for me. So that said, okay, I'm going to focus on Pinterest and I'm going to focus on Facebook. And then eventually I'll do something with YouTube. Realize that you don't have to be on all platforms for you to have success. And you don't have to have a lot of followers in order for you to have success, because as a business owner, the measure of success is not necessarily followers. It's more so, what are you getting clients from that? So I may watch your video, but am I then doing some other action to get sales for your business? So for example, for me, I have Hi Goddess. I am selling to tall women who wants clothing to fit them as well as they want something stylish. So that's who I'm talking to. So if that girl then goes to my website and buys something and I don't have 100 followers, I don't care. Or if I don't have a lot of views, I don't really care as long as the audience that I have it for is actually who's shopping with me. Don't be so focused on your size of your following or how many subscribers that you have, because it's really about, is that driving sales? And subscribers does not equal more money. Now, obviously, if you're going for marketing dollars or if you're going for sponsorship, then that may be the case. But you're not a content creator first. You're a business owner first, and you're creating content to attract customers to your business. So we also have to be mindful of that, because a lot of times we are taking advice from content creators and that's their business and you're going to them to help you, but they need to understand how your business works. So be mindful of who you're hiring and what their business is, and to see how that plays out for you. The other big thing, as a business owner who works full time and I want to create content, yes, my strategy is important, but it's also important that I have the tools to implement the strategy. And so a lot of the gurus, they're just giving you strategy. They're not giving you the implementation piece of it. And so that's a big part of it. If you want to make sure that what you have paid money for someone to tell you this is what you need to do, you need for them to actually tell you how to do it and to help you be able to implement. If they cannot help you implement that, or if they don't have the network to refer you to someone to implement the strategy that they have had, then I would suggest that you not hire them. Because as an entrepreneur with a 9-to-5, your time is very limited and you need all the help you can get, okay? I have so many videos in my phone that I have not put out because I don't have time to edit. In the moment of recording this, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to use this video for such and such, or I'm going to do this. And I end up not doing it because I just don't have time to edit it. And then you got to go research all this different stuff. And there's so many things behind it other than just posting the content. People say just post the content. It's not just posting the content. There are a whole lot of things you have to do before you just post the content. So think about that when you are hiring a social media guru. But the biggest thing is, if they cannot give you the implementation of the strategy that they gave you, run. Do not give them your money, okay? Do not give them your money. And even before you hire someone, you want to make sure that you have tested out some things so that you know what does and doesn't work for your business. I've done it for so long now. When someone is telling me, oh, you need to be on this platform, nope, I know what platform I need to be on my business. You need to know what platforms work for your business and what platforms you want to be on. Those are big things. And don't feel like you have to do what these larger brands do, because that's not the budget that you're working with, or that's not the resources, the manpower, any of that. So find a platform that works for you and just focus on that. Don't worry about having to be in all places. Get good at one platform and then expand it. And then as you expand, you hire your team. All right, so I hope you have found that to be helpful. And do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. I know I said subscribers are not the big thing, but I do like my subscriber count to go up. So go ahead and smash it, because that lets YouTube know that you are enjoying the content and they can push it out to the algorithm so more people can find your girl. Because this today has been The Real About Entrepreneurship. Until next time, peace.